Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure, and we continue our mini-series starring Pyromaniac Tommy. This will be the first time that we get to see Ken meeting the film studio director, Steve Scott. Two slime bags meeting each other. This is good stuff. So in our last Pyro video, we ended up, we completed the last Kaufman Cabs mission, and now we move on to the film studio missions. We'll tackle all of them in order here, and remember the goal was to pass every mission using only flames, and then separately pass every mission using only melee weapons. So this will be our Molotov attempt. I just need to get the pimp out of his car, or actually just stuck somewhere. I think as soon as I light his car up on fire with my Molotov, he will get out voluntarily. Excellent. He got out, back in, back out, and dead. So I'll cut the rest of this attempt. You just have to go pick up candy and then get Mercedes over in the pizza place. Okay, here's our melee attempt. We've already got a 3-star wanted level after killing a few of the pimp's helpers and a police officer with the chainsaw. Again, just trying to get this guy stuck. And I cut out all the times where I didn't get him stuck. But anyway, we got him stuck here on the stairs. And the goal is to damage his vehicle so much that he has no choice but to get out. And so I thought the chainsaw was the weapon of choice here. We'll take out these police officers that are harassing me. Actually, I think that the police helicopter up above who's shooting at me ended up hitting the pimp's car a bunch of times, damaging it, which helps our cause. But we're going to take it. And let's just do a little more chainsawing here. But again, coupled with the bullets from the police helicopter up above. And I think he's a little bit left of me. Yeah, there are the shots. And there's the pimp. And that's the end of that. So I'll cut out the drive over to pick up candy. And then I think we'll pick up over near the pizza place, getting ready to pick up Mercedes, the long-awaited meeting between Ken Rosenberg and Mercedes Cortez. There it is. This is very nice. And the VCPD Cheetah that I was using was really smoking, so I decided to instead hop in the Sentinel that's given to you, or that's just deposited here for this specific mission. And we'll cut the drive back to the film studio, and it is the first film studio mission passed. That was our 6th mission, playing as Ken, so it's time for another skin change, and skin is the right word for this one. The code here, cheat code, is I want big tits, no spaces, and we will play the next 6 missions as Candy Sucks. So she looks fine here, but there's some cutscene coming up where she just looks horrifying. Like, you're not supposed to see a close-up of her face. She looks kind of like the Joker in some upcoming cutscene. But anyway, this cutscene here is Candy and Steve. I guess they've seen each other before. They've got some experience working together. All right, so this is the mission Dildo Dodo, so there's no combat, no shenanigans I can do killing NPCs with fire or melee weapons, so we'll just show you the beginning and ending of this particular mission. I bet you didn't know that Candy can fly a plane. She surely knows her way around a cockpit, and she can really handle the stick. She's comfortable with oversized baggage, and she has lots of experience guiding folks to her runway. And with this final checkpoint collected, that is another mission passed. Next up is the mission Martha's Mugshot. So let's skip the cutscene, and then we will walk with Candy. And we get 2 candies for the price of 1 here. So for any of you folks who are into twins, this is for you. There you go. Okay, so Martha's Mugshot is annoying to do with this challenge. The flame one, so you follow the stretch, and then you come over here and you take the 3 pictures, and then you get a 5-star wanted level, and you have to survive the trip down the stairs. And then you got to make your way back to the film studio. So as we watch our Molotov attempt, and this was like my first attempt with this, it didn't take long to pass with Molotovs. But the thing that it was difficult with this was trying with a melee weapon. So first I tried. So you got to survive the first pair of FBI guys with very powerful guns. Then if you happen to survive them, you got to survive another pair of FBI guys with very powerful guns. And if you happen to survive them, then you get 1 pair of pig guards, the security guards, and they also have pretty powerful guns. And so I tried and tried and tried using a katana. I think I got past the first pair of FBI guys like twice and died every other time. Never got past the second pair of FBI guys with the katana. Then I tried with a bat. It was a little bit better, but still I died and died and died and died and died. And I thought that I could do this pretty easily with the chainsaw. I know that's a melee weapon, but I really wanted to get this thing done with either a katana or a bat. Oh, somebody explained to me why I didn't get busted here. I was right by this FBI soldier right here. Why didn't he? I was going super slow. He didn't do anything. I was confused by his programming. So at some point he started shooting at me, like after I was past him, but it was too late for him at that point. Okay, so how can I make it so that I have a chance of passing this thing with either a katana or a bat? Well, I need more health. So as part of this Pyromaniac series, I thought maybe I was going to try Vigilante using only Molotovs, and the time has come. I just need more health. So let's talk a bit about health while I show you the beginning here of Vigilante. A ton of what I'm going to cut out, but I'll show you here for the first couple of levels, is me just driving around trying to, obviously I have to get close to the vehicle that I'm chasing, but then I have to make it stop, and that's the part that's tricky. So we whack into it, desperately hoping to get it to stop against this guardrail or maybe do a pit maneuver, smack it into a building. But anyway, lots of, again, what I'm going to cut out for most of this Vigilante attempt is what you're seeing here, me unsuccessfully trying to get the criminal to get out of their vehicle. Once they're out, it should just be one or two tosses of a Molotov to kill them, but the tricky part is just getting them out. So here they got out because their vehicle was really, really damaged, and that's good enough for me. So we'll toss the Molotov. There you go. And that is Vigilante level 1 done. We need to get 12 done. All right, so let's talk about health. So you can see up at the top, we've got a grand total of 275 health. So where did that number come from? Well, at the start of the game, the pink number is 100, and that's the highest the pink number will go naturally. Anytime you pick up one of the heart icons, your pink number goes up to 100. Likewise, your armor number, the kind of whitish gray number, is also 100 at the start of the game. And again, it can't go any higher unless you do something like a Vigilante. So how did we get up to 175 on the right-hand side? Well, one of the first things we did in this Pyromaniac series was Pizza Boy. And when you complete 10 levels of Pizza Boy, your pink number goes up to 150. Every time you pick up a heart icon, that pink number goes up to 150. So how did we get up to 175? Well, if you sleep with a prostitute, you get, I think it was 37 points of health, or 25 more than max, whichever one comes first. So if you're at 150 and you sleep with a prostitute here in Vice City, then you go up to 175. And so that's what I've done for a ton of the last few missions. And so I'm at 275, and I can't go any higher unless I do Vigilante. And completing Vigilante will make it so that the armor number goes up to 150. Every time you pick up armor, you get 150. So there's a lot of vehicles you can use to do Vigilante. Why am I doing the VCPD Cheetah? Well, you're seeing it right here. It's because the VCPD Cheetah is pay and spray a bull, which gets rid of the wanted level. That's good. I'll have enough trouble with this without the police hassling me. But also it clears the damage. You know, we go into pay and spray, it clears the damage of the vehicle. And my vehicle is going to get damaged a bunch trying to do lots of pit maneuvers with the criminals once I finally catch up to them, smacking into random vehicles like that who didn't use their left turn signal. And also occasionally I expect that my VCPD Cheetah is going to be in the line of fire. Like I'm going to toss, a Molotov too close to my VCPD Cheetah, and that's going to damage the Cheetah because it catches on fire. Not explodes, but just catches on fire. Also, the VCPD Cheetah is really fast, which is important because I got lots of driving I need to do. You can see how long it's taken me here. We're already down to under a minute on the timer, and I haven't even made contact with this third criminal. But that's the idea, is just go around the map and get the criminals to stop so they get out of their vehicle and then toss a Molotov. All right, so I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to the third criminal. I think he's like in that kind of lower tunnel heading towards the military base, and so he's going to come out above ground somewhere off here to the right, and I knew there was a way to get up there. I kind of forgot. How do I get there? No, it's not there. I got to go around to the right and then left. There it is. And I wasn't thrilled that we were going near the military base because, they can just get out and randomly shoot at me, and their weapons are really, really powerful. Okay, so I did nothing to earn these guys flipping over. They were in a vehicle prone to flipping over, but anyway, that is Vigilante level 3 done with 10 seconds left. Okay, but then we got a nice healthy time bonus here, 2.5 minutes. And I think for the rest of this Vigilante attempt, I'm just going to show you the tail end. You don't need to see me chasing after these guys and working really hard to get them to stop and get out. I'll just show you the tail end of each of the levels of Vigilante. So here the criminal's going to get out because I had essentially gotten them to stop, but I didn't want to just get out on my own and light them up because that would catch my own VCPD cheetah on fire, and I'm trying to preserve the health my VCPD cheetah. So we got to get them out and then get my vehicle safely away from the flames. Okay, so Molotov here. That one actually doesn't kill them until they get out, and then a bunch of them die, and I think that's it. Good, good. And my VCPD cheetah is about to explode. That's less good. And that was almost a busted. All right, so then here I started to develop like a better strategy. Turns out you don't actually need them to stop. If you can just get them to drive through flames, they will get out on their own, like that vehicle right there and that one right there. So I didn't quite figure it out at this point in my attempt here, but later in this attempt at Vigilante, you'll see that I don't even bother, oh goodness, trying to do pit maneuvers anymore, just try to like get ahead of them a little bit and then light up the path where they're going to be. Okay, so I think that's all the criminals there. Let's keep going. We've got 1 star. This was kind of an interesting problem to solve, and I got better at it as the attempt wore on. Ouch. So you could see that we stopped one of the cars, but the other car got away. We just got to get all of these criminals before we start chasing the other car. Okay, that looks good there. So it was an interesting problem to solve because I had to, kind of balance a bunch of different variables. So number one, anytime I'm out of my vehicle, there's a chance that I get shot by one of these criminals here or by a police officer who's chasing me. So I got to keep my health in mind and make sure it doesn't get too low. And I'm also trying to make sure I don't run out of time on any given level, although as Vigilante wore on and I went up the levels, that became less and less of an issue. And then I also have to kind of keep track of the health of my vehicle, really trying to keep my vehicle safe. There were several times where my vehicle exploded from too much damage. And so it was kind of this constant game of, changing police cars because oftentimes I had wanted attention. Ouch. And so there were typically police cars around for me to change into if my vehicle was damaged or exploded. And I did lose my VCPD cheetah, which means I really can't get rid of my wanted level, or I can't go into a pay and spray unless I change vehicles to like a civilian vehicle. At some point, I think I did that. Like I just grabbed a random civilian vehicle and hopped into a pay and spray and got rid of my wanted level and then quickly back into my police car. And you got to make sure you don't stay out of your police car for more than 60 seconds. You can see the timer at the bottom there. And I opted to do this with Molotovs only. I didn't try a melee weapon only run of Vigilante. I think it's possible. It would just add one more variable that you got to keep track of. And well, it would mean that you got to keep better track of your health than I needed to here. Because if you're doing melee weapons, then obviously you're in the line of fire of the criminals much more than I am here, where I'm throwing my Molotovs from way far away. So, interesting challenge. If you feel like trying it, let us know how it goes in the comments below, either with Molotovs, or if you really want to go for the gold, try a melee weapon only attempt at 12 levels of Vigilante. Okay, so this guy I think is just going to wipe out on his own, catch fire, get out, and then have some of my Molotov. There you go, that's too far. And so you can see I'm backing up before I toss my next one. I'm trying to make it so that my Molotov doesn't damage my police car anymore. And so you'll see that again, I think, in the next level, where I don't throw a Molotov as soon as possible, but I instead lure the criminal further away from my VCPD cheetah. So here's the switch. I've got a health of 150. Did I fill that up? Maybe I found a heart icon at some point. All right, let's toss some more Molotovs. Light everybody up down to 110 on the health. And then back over to my VCPD cheetah. And you can see 6 minutes left. So really the time running out is not a concern anymore. This will be an example where I don't throw a Molotov right now because it would be too close to my cheetah. I don't want to light my cheetah up on fire. And one other thing, I'm going to pause a beat because I'm on fire. And if you get into a vehicle when you're on fire, then you catch the vehicle on fire. So I waited for Candy to go out before getting into my cheetah. Okay, and then I think this guy over here is stopped. And then once we take care of the criminals in this vehicle, that'll be the end of 11 out of 12 levels of Vigilante. Now, Vigilante goes forever. You can go beyond level 12, but I'm going to cancel after I pass level 12 because the only reason I'm doing Vigilante, remember, is to give myself 50 more. Oh, down to 31 on the health. All right, so I must have grabbed health and armor over by the ships. All these clowns are just going to wipe out on this sharp curve. So it's going to give me 50 more health on the armor statistic. And that, I'm hoping, is enough to give me a chance at passing Martha's mugshot with a bat. And that's what you're going to see now, because we have now completed 12 levels of Vigilante using only Molotovs. Hooray. Okay, so back to Martha's mugshot. We're skipping the part where we followed the stretch all the way over here to this apartment building. We take 3 shots, and now with a health of 325, we're going to do our best with the bat. And as far as I know, 325 is the highest health you can have until you complete the game 100%, at which point health and armor both go up to a max of 200. Okay, so you can see we lost a ton, like almost 125, 126 of our armor right there, but that was better than most of the attempts. And then shredded it down to 34. And so you can see here, if I didn't have the extra 50 armor I got from passing Vigilante, this would have been yet another fail. Now, my intention was to take out the 4 FBI guys, which I've done, as well as these 2 pig guards, but they have surprisingly powerful weapons during this mission. I was hoping maybe I could whack one of them with the bat through the wall. I couldn't. I was down to 20. I thought for sure if I went in there, I would die, and I was tired of dying and failing on this particular mission with the melee weapons. So we're just bailing out on those guys, and we are going to make what was a very stressful attempt for me to get back to the film studio. So we got rid of one of the stars. That will get rid of the FBI as soon as we despawn the FBI that are here. Grab the pizza, brings us up to 100. For some reason, I know my maximum health is 150, but for some reason, when you go to one of the food places, you only get replenished up to 100. So you got to grab a heart icon to get up to the full 150. And you could see, again, we were down to like 20 health. And so if I hadn't been up at 175, remember our maximum pink number right now is 150, but we got it up to 175 by sleeping with a prostitute before that attempt. And so if I hadn't done that, then this would have been a fail. I needed the extra 25 points from the prostitute, plus the 50 points from Vigilante, plus the 50 points from Pizza Boy to make this happen. And so just to be extra safe, you're going to see me grab health and armor because there's still FBI guys I got to fight through to get into the film studio. So here you'll see we go up to 150, not just the 100 like from the pizza place. And conveniently, there's armor right across the street from the main entrance to the film studio. And gang, you have no idea how long this took, because every fail, like you got to imagine, I got to do the chase with the limousine, and that's like a 3-minute chase. I did the double speed cheat code, so it was a 1.5-minute chase. Then you got to run all the way up the stairs, and then take your pictures, and then run down the stairs, and then finally get a chance at like the SWAT guys or the FBI guys. So thrilled to get the pass. My goodness, that was tough. Our final mission for this video is going to be the final film studio mission. It's called G Spotlight. There's no combat in this one. You just have to take a motorcycle across a bunch of rooftops, but we'll see if we can have a little bit of fun here anyway. So this motorcycle belongs to the pig security guard. It's placed here for you to use during this mission. You don't have to use it, but I decided to type in the Hop-In Girl cheat code and let this guy have a little bit of fun on the back of the bike. Still love all of those unique jumps. So cool, that slow motion. All right, so have I gotten any better at this mission, which I find quite challenging when I speedrun the game. I just find it to be very particular with like how fast you go and what angle you take. Okay, nope, haven't gotten any better at it. Fortunately, me and the bike and the pig security guard didn't fall off the side of the roof there to the left. Let's keep going. Okay, so far so good. This one you don't want to go too fast or you smack into the fence. Boom. All right, I'm here. The bike is here. Where's my buddy? Oh no, we lost him. I'm sure he's fine. Okay, at some point I fell off of the rooftops because of course I did. And then we're going to borrow this green Sanchez and we're going to type Hop-In Girl and then head back up to the rooftops, and we'll skip ahead to the very last jump in this mission. Here we go. Hang on tight, bud. And once we get into this pink marker, all we have to do is walk into the, oh, ouch, walk into the ending mission marker at the top of this final rooftop. I decided to turn around and see what my passenger was up to. I don't know why. Like, was he going back to steal his bike back from me? Because that is unacceptable. All right, that's a little bit too far. How about a little shorter? There you go. Okay, and into the marker, we're going to skip the questionable content at the end of this mission, and that is mission passed. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.